Welcome to my first video after the update video and the first video in this new series. I know, right? Well, sort of like that. I was thinking, I was thinking that you know what I should do? I should just go back to my roots, like the good old 11-year-old. Oh yeah, don't tell anyone I started my channel when I was like 11 or 12. My good old 11-year-old self, talking about mines and talking his weird cowboy voice. I don't know, but yeah, like I'm gonna basically just go back to my roots, but with a couple differences. Only three major differences. One, it is in fact Java Edition. I know, right? Two, it is in fact not 2020 no more. And three, it is in fact not 1.15 no more. Sad times, I know. But you know what? Let's just create a new world. Rename it to the classic. Let's start. Survival. Normal. Allow cheats off. And basically, me back then, I didn't know the glory of exploiting villagers for profit. So I'm not going to be exploiting villagers for profit this one. But for the first episode, since I really didn't edit it until like the 5th, it's gonna start as just normal raw gameplay. Check how much FPS we're getting. Ooh, drop down to 40. That's no good. Let me turn that back down to 16. Okay. So, let's start off by getting some oak wood. And honestly, I can say my confidence I have gotten a lot of confidence being in front of or being recorded since my first video there. Fun fact, I've actually had a lot of videos before my first one on my channel. The only thing is I deleted them because they're just like me, 11-year-old me, climbing big snow piles with my friends. And this is basically just gonna be like talking a little bit about the history and just enjoying some good old survival Minecraft. I would do this modless, but I do have the problem where like it barely runs without mods. And so really the only mod that like does some actual change to it is probably the immersive portals, but that's about it. I already have a pickaxe. But as Young Me would have said, I usually make 3 kinds of mines. Going 2 down, going 20 block by 20 block radius in a quarry, or the good old 2 by 2 mine down. And me back then didn't think ahead, and he didn't really build a house. I'll be honest, I really don't build houses either. Quite literally, my first night in the first Java world I started, probably not the first, but first real Java world I started, which wasn't very long ago. I just beat the Ender Dragon, but the thing about it was I didn't build a house till like the third night because I don't know. I was just running trying to find villagers. But yeah, as I've said, or as I used to say, we use this to get a lot of cobblestone. Even though it's just granite right here. And I would use both, but I like to stick to 1 mine per world and just stick with that. Honestly, I don't quite remember why I'm doing this. Maybe I've fallen off. But good old Let's Play, easier to record, can be enjoyable, fun to record sometimes. Take a step back from everyone. Taking a second to contemplate life. That's one of my favorite things to do. Ooh, iron. Cannot tell me there's only one. Nope. 3? Okay, 3 is fine. But yeah. This is basic. You know what? Just restart the sentence. I was watching my old video, and yeah, basically, I was like, I was such, man, I don't even know what to say at this point. I was such like a little, I don't know, goober. But yeah. Give me a second. Okay, sorry, I had to check something real quick. But yeah. And I think I'm gonna go build my house over there. Just, I don't know, listening to little voice of old me pubescent, a voice like a squeaker. It was just, I don't know if it reminded me of good old times, but that's just about it. Oh, is that lava? The temptation to go to the nether already. I'm not going to, but I am gonna build like right here so I can. Makes it easier. Make a little dirt hut. Yeah, around the time of that video, of the first video on my channel, or the oldest video on my channel, I was like just starting, or I know I was just starting, but it was like during COVID. I was in 5th grade, and we all remember, at least I remember, that time where the teacher said, you're gonna be online classes for you're gonna be online classes for like a week, no more. They should all blow over by then. We were online the rest of the school year. And seeing the internet lately, that was not a very good thing, because that COVID time, I can vouch because I was pretty much the same way. People just did not care nor learn. I didn't actually step back in the school building until more than halfway through my 6th grade year. And the thing about that is my kindergarten through 4th grade year, I was at a basically K through 12th grade school, and yeah, so I was there till about 4th grade, and then 5th grade I went to an elementary school in I don't know if I want to say. Went to an elementary school, or a different elementary school, a different district and all, because actually I don't know if it was different. I think it was the same district, yeah, because I went to it was in Jefferson District, and I don't know if you've seen it, but that's a big district. And yeah, after about 4th grade, or like halfway through 4th grade, the apartment I lived in for 7 years at the time had burned down, and so that was a little scarring. But after that burned down, I pretty much lived with my sister for like a full month. She probably got sick of me, I don't know. Little 10-year-old me. But yeah, I basically, I don't know, just stayed with her for a month. And my mom and her boyfriend, they stayed at his house for a little while, or his apartment, and then after that I moved to Arvada, or I guess you know already now. I moved to Arvada, and at Arvada, that's where I met some people I'd actually go along with for a decent while, and that's Richard, Tino, Javen. I met Ricky. Like, I've known him for 8 years now. I met him at, it's raining. I met him at the old apartment, the one that burned down, and yeah, I met him like 3 years, not 3 years. I mean, this timeline is whack. But yeah, I've known him for I think more than half my life now. Yeah, more than almost half, more than half. But after the apartment burned down, I met like genuine people I can call my brothers, and it would have never happened if the tragedy never happened. So I don't know if it was good or bad, but sure impacted my life in some way, because I really didn't have any real friends like that until I moved to Arvada. But then I met Richard when we went to the middle school. I met Richard, Tino, and Jamin. That was elementary school. But after that, after elementary school, sorry, I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, I went to middle school, which was a little further up. During this time, from 2nd grade to Second grade to ninth grade, I rode my bike to and from school every day. And we were in Colorado, so even when it was raining heavily, I still rode. Good times. And then after middle school, after elementary school, I went to middle school, and I got a closer connection to Richard, Kino. Actually, no, not really 6th grade. Because in 6th grade, I really didn't see anyone because everything was online. In the start of online, actually, my school, the thing they had done it, maybe I was just stupid, but it wasn't very clear to me. They were using Google Classroom, and the thing with Google Classroom is there's like classes and stuff, but they set up one class for everyone in the school to like introduce them to stuff, and then they set up a bunch of other classes. Well, I didn't know about the other classes, so when I went to my mom's friend's house when she had to work, because she was like babysitting us, I would keep telling her, oh yeah, they really haven't released anything new. This happened for like 2 months until I actually stepped foot in the building, and the teacher asked, okay, did everyone do their assignments? And I raised my hand saying, what assignments? And she almost had a mental breakdown when she learned, oh, that's why mine are 2s. She almost had a mental breakdown when she learned that, oh, I haven't actually done a single thing of work all year. Good times. But yeah, it was fun. Teacher kind of sucked, gonna be honest. That was my English teacher. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. And so, 7th grade is when I met this nice, cool dude named Cade. Now, Cade was a virtual specimen. Cade was in the GT classes there, and that school is like very poorly rated, period. And there's really, it's kind of a trash school, to be completely honest. Ooh, am I out? It's kind of a trash school, and everyone kind of knew that, but there was one redeeming quality about it, is that the GT program is really good. Now, it was kind of like the default school type, so it was pretty ghetto, and like, your stuff would get stolen every single set. If you leave every second you're not watching your stuff directly, it's like an 80% chance to get yoinked. And yeah, I grew up in pretty bad parts of the neighborhood, like I actually lived in like gay community or something. No, I grew up, it's corny as hell whenever I say this. I grew up in like the hood type. I hate saying that, but it's basically where I grew up. Like, it was bad. I saw so many families get evicted so often. But there was this one family that was like a family of, I don't know, like, it was a 2-bedroom house, and they somehow crammed like 7 people in there, and it was bad watching them get kicked out, because it was like an entire 7-person family going out of that small 2-room apartment, with the cops throwing all their stuff on the yard. Most of it got taken, I guarantee it. And yeah, so that was the old place I grew up in, the one that burned down. And when I got to 7th grade, I met this kid named Cade. I met him in broadcasting class, and he was a pretty cool dude. Kind of an outcast, not very sociable, but he was a cool dude. And I still talk to him today, and we're good friends. He was really into computers, and me at the time, I'd never owned a computer, or a personal computer. I've had the school computers, but this is a big old cave. Ooh, I'm getting jumped. I'm getting jumped! Sorry for the voice crack. Bro. Oh, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Oh yeah, I guess Evergrade's mud. I forgot. But yeah, Cade was a pretty cool dude. Met in broadcasting. In 7th grade, I was still in general education, and so I'd still have my stuff stolen from me 24/7, or at least 9 to 5, normal school hours. Yeah. In 8th grade, well, in 7th grade, I'm a little background. Sorry, the timeline of all this is whack. But a little background is I am a very math fluent person. I don't even know if that's the real word. I'm above average in math, and I've been above average in math for years. And so my 7th grade math teacher took a noting of that and put me down put me down as a recommendation for GT because I'd gotten, like, I don't know, 12th grade test scores in 6th grade. But yeah, he put me down as a recommendation to be into GT because I don't know, above high test scores. I was still very bad at math, or not math, English, reading, general stuff like that. I was never very good at that. Maybe I just couldn't focus, but yeah, probably was because I couldn't focus. But yeah, putting into GT, I was scared because I'm almost failing English. How am I supposed to do GT English? Actually, didn't turn out that bad because GT is like the privileged kids club. Most people think it is, which it pretty much is. But it's a lot more effective. It's a lot more effective learning. Oh. GT's a lot more effective in general execution and what it does. It's a lot more hands-on. It's a lot more for the autistic freaks, as of myself. Nah. But yeah, I was invited to GT for 8th grade year, and since Cade already was in GT and there wasn't that much, then he and I had the same classes. And somehow, even to this day, Richard's confused. Like, everyone's confused how Richard got in GT, but, like, he did. And me, Richard, and Cade were basically the best friends in that group. I should really get a bed. And so that's pretty much 8th grade. Tino unfortunately was still in general education. Like every time I would see the GE, general education, every time I'd see them, like usually at special school events or something, they'd all tell me like no joke, they miss me because I've always taken it upon myself to be a class clown because I have like the perfect amount of trauma that I'm definitely not gonna get into on this channel. But I have like the perfect amount of trauma that I'm a very funny guy in person. It's just everything else. Yeah. And everyone was saying stuff like, oh, it's gotten a lot boring because I was pretty much the only one to bring light to the room to make people laugh. And I don't know how no one else was able to do that, but yeah. I was genuinely missed in GE. Where's my stuff? Here's my stuff. Ooh. Get you. But 8th grade kind of went like that. It felt a little longer. Other grades. I'm getting paid. I'm getting blessed. I'll come back down here. Wait, I have torches. Yeah, 8th grade kind of just went along like that. I did get into controversies almost every year of my middle school. 6th grade, there's this kid that had been like, quote, joking around. Like he would say something like real foul and stuff. And then whenever you'd get mad at him, he'd say, I'm joking. Just to try and back out of it. And he'd been doing that for 2 years now. And pinned. He had been doing that for 2 years. And I was just fed up. So he was making he was just harassing me basically. And I said, whenever I pressed him about it, he said, I'm joking. And then I will always remember this line. I said, well, I'm not joking. And then I punched him square in the face. Little 6th grade me just got the RKO on the damn in the face. And what did I do? Did I sit there? Did I apologize? No. I walked over to the basketball court and just hung out with the class. Hung out with the rest of the class. The science teacher saw me proudly walking over, saw the 6th grade over there crying in tears over there sobbing. He's like, Micah, what'd you do? I'm like, nothing. And then he went over there. He talked to the kid, and the kid just kind of like broke it down. I was like, And then to this day, my mom's boyfriend, real big douchebag, gonna be completely honest. He like to this day he tells me, oh, remember that in 6th grade? Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't get a felony. Like, bro, I was in 6th goddamn grade. He's like, you could get a felony charge like that. And then the fire at the apartment, he really hates trying to put something on his little angel. So he blamed the apartment fire on me, and then once again claimed I should be in jail for arson. And like, what the hell? Like, first off, it wasn't even, like, it was a fault of, like, a lot of people. That makes me sound suspicious now. So, basically, I had a very minimal role, and my minimal role was just negligence. I didn't watch his darling little child as she blew up a microwave. And so I was blamed for that. So, and then he switched it from him, like, oh yeah, I was rushing you guys. Because after the microwave blew up, the thing inside, my mom wasn't thinking about it because he was like pressing her. Okay, I'm fine dying here. He was like pressing her about it, and she just panicked and threw it in the trash can. And so he was pressing her and to leave because we were going to a movie or something. And when we got on the road back, she got a call saying, oh, the house is on fire. Turns out the trash can burned down and the entire place just went ablaze. So that was how I should have gotten an arson charge. This was not meant to be about it. But after 8th grade, like the final day of 8th grade, final day of middle school, I just spent 3 years of my life there and 4 years in Arvada. They had decided to drop a bombshell on me a little earlier, saying they were planning for everyone to move to Texas. And like, I wasn't very fond of that idea because 8th grade me kind of liked having friends, and so they eventually moved to Wiccan after the 8th grade year. Spent most of the summer just moving down here. And my original computer that I had for those CSGO videos, that was my computer my dad got me. And what they did when they brought it down here is they decided to not consult me when packing it and sending it off, because I was at a camping trip during that week, and they put it in they put it on top, at the very top of the truck. Like, they got a pickup truck, stashed everything up. By the way, that plan they had, there was so much crap that was lost there. But when I was gone, they decided to transform my computer by putting it at the very top, just at the very top, in 80-mile-an-hour winds above the head of the vehicle, because they plead negligent. No. But when I got my computer back, the box had been shredded up and all in the motherboard. And basically the box was shredded up. It got its water damage because it rained a couple times because they didn't put a tarp over anything. It got a lot of static damage from 80-mile-an-hour winds beating against it, with box shreds beating against it and getting all on the motherboard. Yeah, it was not good. And then they had the gall to say, oh, I'm sorry, shucks a shuck. That really pissed me off right there. And the motherboard they destroyed was a $300 motherboard. And it's just, why? Luckily my GPU still worked, and I don't know if the motherboard was still functional or the CPU. I know for a fact the RAM wasn't functional, but that's all I really know at this point. And so we lived in a little apartment for like 5, 6 months. Went to my new school, started high school for the first time. As always, a little overwhelming. I was by myself for about a total of 2 weeks before I created basically the biggest group in the school. I was completely by myself for 2 weeks and I realized, this sucks. I have a knack for just spawning out of nowhere and then just uniting like the biggest group ever. It's like the Roman Empire. Little unstable, huge group takes over everyone. But yeah, that's about it. And then I'm going into 10th grade this year. I was just about to say it's whatever, but no. It's just what it needs to be. I think, what is it, 36 minutes? I think next time or next recording I'll get some ladders so I don't have to keep mining up and building down. Maybe get full iron. Maybe find more life stories. And this was about it. I want to say thank you to anyone who made it this far. Listen to me rant about my life story. I know I didn't pay you for a therapy session, but DM your PayPal, I guess. Venmo, Cash App, I don't care. But I just want to thank you everyone for being here and sticking with me. We're at 97 subscribers. We probably would have reached 100 a while ago because it's been 4.5 years, and it's a little disappointing to see that I haven't accomplished much in that time. But it is how it is. I probably would have probably not double, like 1.5 times videos on my channel. But how many videos I've just scrapped due to either procrastinating too long and not being able to edit them, thinking they're not gonna do well whatsoever, which is stupid because posting any video is probably better than no video. That someone should have not given the information to Jake Paul, I guess. But yeah, I just want to thank anyone and everyone who've watched me and supported me since the beginning. I doubt no one has, but thank you all. Love you all. And as always, I have been a Transformers car. I'll see all of you next time.